Well, defensively, we had a huge letdown. I mean, that game totally changed in that stretch where, our inability to get stops, contain penetration, contest shots, build the wall with 5 people involved, giving up. Corver obviously was, single-handedly, but, Lewis Williams hits a couple shots. But Corver changed game. He gets 6 points in transition. He gets a couple points off pin downs coming off to his right. We had some poor offensive possessions that led to poor floor balance. That changed the game. And then, they start out. They're up 10 third quarter. We have to wind up going with a small lineup. We cut into it, but we obviously didn't do a whole lot right, but you have to give Philly credit. That's 4 wins in a row, and give Mo credit and their team for battling. And even though the playoffs probably are a long shot, you have to give them credit because they competed at a very high level and played hard and played together.
Disappointing because you had that fast start in that first quarter.
What's that?
It's disappointing to turn around because you had that fast start in that first quarter.
Well, it's 48 minutes, so I thought our guys had great intent, especially on the defensive end. We were able to get stops. I think we held them without a field goal for like a 6-7 minute stretch. And as a result, we were able to get some transition buckets. The ball was moving. And then all of a sudden, that second quarter was the complete opposite. We got 0 stops and put immense pressure on our offense to score. We didn't score. And as a result, they exploited us and they flipped it.
Talk about the stretch, how important it is these next 4 or 5 games on the road for you guys.
Yeah, well, I think, we basically have shown, what we need to do to win. And if we don't do those things, then regardless of who we play and where we play them, we're very, very vulnerable. So I think, it's obvious in terms of what we need to do. And the key is, can we do it on a consistent basis? Will we be committed to doing it? And regardless of who we play. I mean, obviously Dallas is the best team in the league, having won 15 games in a row. But we've also played 2 teams, although good, their record, obviously is towards the lesser. So I think for us is that to give ourselves a chance, we have to be as committed as we possibly can be to the formula that works for us with the roster we have.
You talk about the margin for error. When you have Kidd has a good game, Vince not so good. Is that the difference there in your team?
Well, it just, it hurts just because, we basically, there's certain guys that, obviously we rely on Jason and Vince a lot. They're guys who create not just for themselves but for others. They get to the free throw line. They get us in the penalty, hopefully, and then other guys kind of do their part and feed off those guys. I thought Boki in the second half gave us a good production. He got to the line 9 times. He was aggressive, but Cliffy had some good moments. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the way when we win. We put a lot of pressure on those guys. And it's hard to do it every single night, but for us and also at the same time everyone else is accountable. We can't come in that second quarter and totally have the momentum swing where we're not getting any stops whatsoever.